And what is up, guys? Welcome to round 2 of our fantastic pre-release in the New Katowice, and here we are. On the left side we've got Arcadius Taker, and on the right we've got Adrian Fatigue, and Adrian is gonna start with Grookey and a Snorlax, while Arcadius is starting with Alolan Galarian Meow and Ponyard. Of course, there's no supported turn 1, so there we go. Adrian can't really play any supported. That was a quick ball drawn from the top, but as you can see, he's going for a Grookey, but there is no discarding. Like, hello, sir, you should definitely discard. I know Arcadius is coming back to the game. We know that he haven't played in 5 years. He drops that Grookey. That would be a penalty, if not a game loss, and that's energy attachment. But there it is. There Arjun actually says like, hey, you have to discard something, and we're looking at his hand. We're looking at Arcadius Tiger's hand, and he discards Bisharp, right? Bisharp, even though he has a Ponyard. Now he realizes that. Like, you'll see the common theme among those first 2 rounds, because, well, those are new cards, right? For the first time people are playing with those cards, so things like that do happen. There we go. We see a draw from Adrian Fatigue's side. Let's take a look. There's Twacky. There we go. There we got an evolution. Let's take a look at Arcadius. Adrian Arcadius. 2 A's, right? So on the left side hand, we got a Marnie. I see a Lucky Egg. I see a Band. And we've got a Pokekid being dropped. Pokekid is a card that searches for one Pokemon, and you put it into your hand. So let's take a look for what he's going to search. And down goes Rillaboom. He is not wasting any time. He wants to get to this Rillaboom as fast as possible, because, as you know, Rillaboom can attach 2 energies from your deck to any Pokemon, and actually this is pretty good if you're playing Snorlax or anything that has a huge cost of attack, but also it works quite well at the pre-release. There goes. There's passing the turn. Draw for Arcadius. Let's take a look. That was a Bisharp. That was a top deck Bisharp. Of course, Bisharp. As you can see, it has a charge order attack, 120 damage. We've got, I believe that's a Lucky Egg or a Band that was a Lucky Egg being played on a Galarian Meow, and that was a Band played on the Bisharp and the Marnie, right? Marnie, they both shuffle their hands, put at the bottom of their deck, and Arcadius draws 5 and Adrian draws only 4. So Bishop 120 damage, charge order, right? 30 plus, attack does 30 more damage for each of your benched Ponyard. So you do want to have a lot of Ponyards, right? You do want to have a lot of Ponyards on your bench just to deal this extra damage. Of course, I'm not sure why there was no usage. That's a Galarian Meow without the ability, right? That was my mistake. I thought that's the one with ability that says you can discard 2 cards and search for your for Galarian Persika, actually for Persika. Then we got 60 damage, actually 60 damage from Slicing Blade by Bisharp. There goes Incense and a Rillaboom. What a turn, right? What a Marnie that gave him that. And there he goes, 2 energies, right? 2 energies already being drawn from the deck thanks to Rillaboom's ability, and that's 140 damage incoming, which is huge, right? Which is huge, even though Bisharp has a resistance also of 30, and it's not gonna knock him out, because he's gonna stay at 10 HP. So this is quite interesting right here. But what a Marnie that was, even though he lost the Pokekid, right? Like, that's what I wanted to say. Playing that Pokekid just to search for something that you will not be able to play yet in pre-release, where we have a lot of Marnie, that might be a problem, but, well, the Incense was there to save him. We've got an energy attachment from hand onto a Snorlax, and this shouldn't be a knockout, guys. This shouldn't be a knockout. There is a resistance. Oh my goodness. This is another game where people are not reading the resistance. Like, we've got a brand new resistance to tell all the viewers here why there shouldn't be a knockout, right? Because there's a -30, not -20. If that would be a -20 like previously in all like the years before, so in SM era, definitely, but that should not count as a knockout. Whoa, that is going to be interesting. But again, something like that happens, the player does not actually read the resistance, and that is it. There goes, well, passing the turn. I think that might be a game actually right now. That might be a game, and there's nothing, right? There's Twaki, there's, you know, energy attachment, more energy being attached, 140, and the lucky egg is gonna draw up to 7 cards to Arcadius, but, well, let me tell you, the -30, you know, it's really easy to actually forget about that resistance. So I do think, you know, he went from his memory that the resistance is 20, not 30. And, well, that would be a knockout, right? Because 140 minus 20, that's 120, which is a KO. Well, that's why you should always read cards. I mean, stuff like that happens all the time, you know, at all levels of the tournaments, right? Prerelease, more relaxed, not that strict and not that competitive. Definitely, no. We want everyone to play the brand new cards. You know, have fun, enjoy the game as much as they can. But you have to read the resistance and the weakness. This is important. You know, this is something that can lose you games. I believe that was a Poniard again. No, that's another Meow. That's another Galarian Meow. We've got an instance for a Rillaboom as well. Alright, so we're gonna have 2 Rillabooms on the board. Can you clean that Marnie for me, Arcadius? Can we have someone there cleaning that Marnie? I think not. Hopefully, you know, he's gonna realize that he's gonna get rid of that Marnie. Definitely, you know, definitely. He's playing like it was 5-6 years ago, right? Definitely, because you can tell, like, this is the player that's coming back to the game after 5 or 6 years, and he is just playing this way. He is just really playing this way. So let's take a look. He is using the rod, I believe that's a fishing rod, to bring back the energy. Okay, so he's bringing back the energy. There it goes. Now everything is in discard pile. Thank you so much for that. And, well, what is this going to be a factor this one turn? I don't really think so, you know. 170 HP, 60 HP already on that, so that knockout I don't think wouldn't be a factor. It would happen eventually. It would happen next turn, but you know, for now, well, we're gonna have to just watch what's happening. So he went for grass type energy, and the grass type energy attaching to Rillaboom, and what are we gonna have? There was. He's still thinking, you know, just. Yeah, he did play the supporter. You can't really play. You did play the supporter this turn, sir. Or you didn't? No, he did not. Right, he did not play supporter. The Marnie was earlier. Okay, like you see, I got a little bit confused with what was happening. There we go. We got a hop. So draw 3, and there's a lot of metal type energy, and a Poniard being dropped, and a knockout, on for Arcadius. You know, Adrian right now actually losing his Rillaboom, but he has, you know, Snorlax all charged up. He's drawing up to 7 cards. He's in a really good position right now, and, well, looking at, you know, judging by Arcadius' hand, definitely there is not a lot of, and oh boy, down goes another Grookey, and, well, let me tell you, down goes the water type that becomes Inteleon. I forgot its name. Sobble, there it is. Down goes Sobble, and Sobble, you want to get that Inteleon, and what Inteleon does is just absolutely amazing, right? 130 damage onto a Rillaboom, and Inteleon not only gives you 2 trainer cards, but the Aqua Bullet, 120 damage and 20 on the bench. A great attack on the baby card that has 160 HP. Alright, so again, another person with dices like that, we're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to work on the dices. There goes Professor's Research, actually. So discard a hand, drawing 7 cards, a risky move that late to the game. Like, that is a really risky move with only, what I'm gonna assume, like 3 to 4 cards left in the deck. That is super risky to do, but, well, desperate times, desperate measures. We've got, alright, so we've got a Berserker. We've got a Poniard, we've got a Bisharp. I think, yeah, that's a gold fishing rod. Alright, we've got a bike that ends a turn. And we've got 140 damage incoming onto a Snorlax. So Snorlax still survives that attack, and we might see a knockout on the Rillaboom next turn. That is not a favorable matchup right now for that active Rillaboom. Down goes, down goes, down goes. Let me Drizzle. That's his name. I keep forgetting this. There's some of those new names. I'm learning them as we go. Drizzle, and you search for one trainer card, right? And again, searching for that is just absolutely amazing because, well, you're not only browsing through your deck, you're not only checking out what you got, but also, you can take a look at everything else. And let's see what we're gonna see as being drawn. A Pokekid. Right, Pokekid, he does need a Thwackey, right? Maybe he has a rare candy, so he's gonna go for something else, or not even play the supporter now, right? Because playing a Pokekid, knowing that, well, he just drew 7 cards, or Arcadius drew 7 cards, would not be the best idea, but there's a Pokekid, so he is not caring about disruption, and that's a good sign. He feels like a winner, he acts like a winner, and he goes for it. So let's take a look what's going to happen right now. We've got energy onto a Drizzle. Arcadius definitely in a rough shape, definitely in a rough situation, and he knows that, judging by his hand. You can tell by, what he's doing. There he goes, down goes a prize card, and we are down to one last prize card right over here on Adrian's side. One last prize card for him, and that is not looking good for Arcadius. That looks like a GG, and game number 2 with actually Inteleon almost happening. There we go. He's going for the knockout. Alright, so we got one more prize card for him, but he is one prize card behind. So can Adrian find Inteleon? Can he find Inteleon? That is a question right now. Are we going to see Inteleon, or are we not going to see Inteleon? Of course, on the table, number 2 plays Arthur Zarawik, fantastic player, a phenomenal player that hopefully we will see on the camera, because I want to comment on that game, because those games are always fantastic. It's always good to see him play. Great person. And also there's on table number 3, Kovac. But this is not a time for that. This is not a time. There goes Subble. There goes Subble being, promoted as an active. Quite interesting strategy. I mean, there are still 2 prize cards that Arcadius has to take. So then down goes Inteleon. Down goes Inteleon. Search for 2 trainer cards. So this might be a switch. This might be something else. If he has the energy, he might put Bisharp to sleep with 120 Aqua Bullet to the Bisharp and a GG to the game number 1. And he might actually take that game number 1. So what are we going to see? Down goes Marnie and Hop. So maybe no other options. It is a possibility that there might be no other options. He shuffles the deck. Let's take a look. And a Great Ball, actually. Right, so we might see Great Ball. You draw 7, dude. You draw 7, my friend. You draw 7, and if there is a Pokemon in those 7, you take it. But let's take a look. That's number 5. Right, so he says that he's gonna take the Great Ball out of those 7. He might go more, but that's what he's gonna take. So I do think he's gonna go for another. So we're gonna see a Drizzle, another trainer card being drawn. Risky maneuvers here. Really risky maneuvers. There we go. Down goes Drizzle, and with what appears to be 7 to 6 cards left. What is left in this deck? Right, Arcadius definitely in a tight spot. There's right, last check of the deck, nothing really. Down went a shuffle, and let's take a look. We're gonna see here 1 card left in the deck. What I believe is in. He's counting the cards. Alright, so he's counting the cards. I do think it's 1 card left in Arcadius' deck. I do think so. We've got Inteleon ready to go. He misses the 1 energy, but I did thought he has the energy. Let's take a look what we're gonna see. Down goes Hop. He didn't play the supported card yet. He only drew supporters, not really played them. So 3 cards being drawn. We see someone shoots on the left top corner. There we go. Down goes Subble. He's preparing the bench. Alright, we've got an energy attached to Drizzle. That's quite interesting. I did thought he was going to promote Inteleon and he's going to attack with that. But no, he is not doing that. Passing the turn, the last card being drawn, and that is going to be the game. I think that he can't do anything. I don't think. Then that is it. That is the game number 1. Wow. I think the Professor Research, that was the greedy move that was done. And actually, I don't know if I would go for that. A greedy move, but 1-0 down to the Adrian. We see again 2 types of shuffling right now. We see a pile shuffle, we see a normal shuffle, and someone is texting us here. Right, so as you all know, there shouldn't be a knockout really, but with 2 prize cards left, I don't think that would change the game. But again, remember guys, resistance is important, right? You have to look at the resistance because it is changed. It is -30 now, it's not -20, and some resistance are also changed, and weaknesses, right? So like Dark type has a weakness to the grass type, for example, like Obstagoon, right? And of course, you can go to Bisharp, actually weak to resistance to the grass type, and you go to like Inteleon, they're finally all water types are weak to electric type, right? And there we go. Who's gonna start? We don't know. Like there was some talking in between the round. They were like, haha, what were you doing? And let's take a look. We got a Grookey. That was an angry toss. I mean, someone is really angry. They both have their basics. That is really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 4 prize cards. And who is? Oh my goodness! But you can see Arcadius just being angry. Like this is not the behavior we promote here. And I have to say this is not something you should be doing. Right, let's go. Game number 2. We've got a Ponyard and we've got a Grookey. 2 Grooks actually. We've got Arcadius that's starting the game right now. So he has a Ponyard. He has what appears to be a Grookey as well. That is a Quick Ball, and he's discarding the energy to search for the basic Pokemon, which probably is going to be a Ponyard in this very moment. Let's take a look here. No, that is a Grookey, right? So he went for a Grookey. Not really a big shuffle here. Alright, so I kind of see what he's doing in terms of like he's keeping on the board what he played, and then he puts on a discard pile so the opponent can see what was played, which is okay. You can do that, definitely. We see an energy being put under the Grookey over here. I don't really see again Adrian's hand, so I'm just going to comment on Arcadius. We see a Twaki, we see Lucky Egg, and I think that was a Bisharp as well. So we see again, there is a resistance, guys. I mean, at certain point you have to realize there is a resistance, and down goes Bisharp, down goes the energy, and what seems like 1, 2, and 3. That was Hop. That was definitely a Hop. Due to 3 energy, we got a Band, we got an energy, we got an Incense, and we've got only 30 energy, 30 damage from the charge order. I don't think that's anything more than that. But if he played the Band, because I think he played a Lucky Egg. Yeah, that's a Lucky Egg underneath there. So yeah, that was a turn. What Adrian's gonna do right now? What he's gonna do? We can already hear other players finishing their games, and in the VR Katowice. And we've got a Marnie. There we go. Both players shuffling their hands. And let's go. Adrian drawing 5 cards, Arcadius drawing 4. I'm gonna more likely see what Arcadius has from this point of view, but let's take a look. So Arcadius, we've got a Twag, we've got an Incense, not a bad hand, definitely playable Ponyard, right? And we've got another 10, which shouldn't You see, like, there is a resistance, guys. Can you actually not see the resistance? Okay, can someone tell Arcadius there is something like resistance? And I just can't explain that anymore. Like, I have this card right here in my hand. It says resistance grass type -30 with 2 retreat cost. We've got a Galarian Meow. We've got Incense being played for Rillaboom, and Ponyard being dropped as well. But oh, he has a rare candy. He does have a rare candy. Okay, wait. I'm kind of alright. Wait. I'm kind of confused. Was rare candy played? Did he just wait? Did he just evolve? No. Okay, no. He had a Thwackey. Alright, he had a Thwackey. Alright, I see the energy. Yeah, he had it. Okay, alright. I did thought, he just didn't played. He didn't played. Well, we got a knockout, right? So that was 90 damage, or actually 60 coming. But also, again, resistance. Guys, please. Guys, resistance. Just play the resistance. And that is a game. That's gonna be a game, but oh, that was painful to comment and watch. When you got two players that do not care about resistance, that is really, really painful. So we got a 1-1. Let's take a look what's gonna happen in game number 3 right now. But I have to send someone to actually tell them, hey, there's a resistance involved in this game. There's called Pokemon. It is down there below, almost left corner. It's like in the middle, but about at the bottom. I know there's a new design of the card. Alright, there we go. Arcadius actually, trying to shuffle super fast, and well, there's still a long time, right? They still have 20 more minutes to finish the game. Actually, 23 minutes if we are specific. So let's take a look. The shuffles are here. Again, I don't know. I understand that that Arcadius is coming back after a 5-year hiatus. But it's not an explanation for not looking and reading the card. Even though it's a pre-release, it's a round 2. At this point, you've read your card. You should know what you got. So let's take a look. Who's going to go first? Right, he has a basic. There is an energy. Or actually 2 basics. Adrian also 2 basic cards. So there are no mulligans. Prize cards being placed. I see grass type on Arcadius' hand, there was Rillaboom, I believe, and they go. So we got a Ponyard, and we've got Galarian Meow with Sobble and Grookey being played, and I do believe, judging by the hand that Adrian is going first, and there it is, great ball. Let's take a look. Arcadius, Rillaboom, and Marnie, grass type energy, and a new bike that says draw up to 6 cards, but you finish your turn. So down goes. Let's see what he's going to take from the 7 cards. If there's any Pokemon, I do think there is. And it is a Snorlax. Oh, powerful card for the pre-release if you have a Rillaboom ready to attach the energy. And a great move, because that's a first turn, so he can't really play supporter cards, so he has to play the items, he has to play the energy, and he's passing the turn after attaching the energy to the Sobble. We've got a Lucky Egg, so we got Lucky Egg, 2 grass type energies, Rillaboom, Marnie, and the grass type energy goes straight down to the Ponyard, Lucky Egg onto Meow. I believe that was a bike. That he played the bike and he finished his turn, not Marnie. That was quite an interesting turn. So Adrian now draws per turn, and we've got a Drizzle. He's searching for a trainer card. Oh boy, that can end up really fast. Like, that can end super fast. Is this pace going to continue? I don't know why not Marnie. Definitely the bike is good for the pre-release if you go first, but later in the game it's just not as good. Like, Incense, there we go. Oh, we know what he's gonna go for, and the Incense is definitely gonna go next turn for Inteleon. I can't imagine anything else but Intilion being dropped next turn. And, well, you want to disrupt your opponent, right? And the hand, the Arcadis hand was not that bad. There was no Grookey in there on the bench, so definitely Marnie should be the play, and disruption should be something that he should have done. But there we go, second energy attached to the Drizzle. And we might see the damage, the first damage of this round, of this game number 3. And it's a 30 damage. No resistance this time involved. Finally, no resistance. That's a metal type energy. And as I said, right, all he can do is just play that Marnie. Right, what is he playing? Was that... That is a quick ball. I believe that's a quick ball right now. He's just browsing through his deck. No, that was an incense. Sorry, mate. That was an incense. So he has a Bisharp. Okay. So he's still in this game. He still can do something. He can still play the money. So that was an incense, actually. I haven't seen that coming. But is he going to? I mean, literally, the hand is just energy, and down goes Marnie, so they do shuffle their hands. The hands are gonna go at the bottom, and we will see 4 cards to Adrian and 5 cards to Arcadius. But let me tell you, this is one of those things that was a really good play because he knew that he has an instance, right? That Adrian has an instance, that he's going to go for that Intilion and he's going to start just knocking out everything inside. We got a Ponyard, we got a Grookey, we got an energy attachment to the Grookey, and we got 30 damage, only 30 damage, or no, that he has 2 energies, I believe. No, there's a Ponyard on the bench, so that's why there's a 60 damage incoming. Can someone fix Arcadius' deck, please? There we go, we got a Great Ball, so he is searching for... okay, there we go, that was Intilion, I believe. That was an Intilion, he's going for the Incense, and that is going to be... Oh my goodness, it's getting closer and closer. That is a tight situation right now for Arcadius, so many mistakes happen, again... back from hiatus, but those 2 games, not looking at resistance, that is actually biting him a lot. And there we go, Incense and a Hop. Mike, we've got Intilion and 120 damage and 20 to the bench. I don't think he can survive something like that. I don't think he can actually get back from something like that, especially that he might actually, Adrian might actually go for another that's a Hop, that's drop 3. He might actually go for another Intilion. He may not actually care about Rillaboom, but he has a Thwackey, right? He has a Thwackey on the bench as well, so if he's gonna get that Rillaboom, he might later evolve into it, and he's gonna go for the Rillaboom, actually. So we got an energy attachment, that's 120 damage and 20 on the bench. Where is gonna be that 20? Where is going to be that 20? Okay, I think we have to buy people glasses. The card says, guys, right, Aqua Bullet. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Like, you have to do that. And down goes Drizzle, again, going for an item. Like, the game is coming to an end, definitely here, but this 20 damage could have actually worked well, but so many mistakes on both sides that I can't count. I want to count them, but I just can't. There's just so many things. I would literally just, do a game loss to both of them, but this is a pre-release. So mistakes, mistakes like that can happen, and this is one of those things where, well, is just a part of the pre-release sometimes, and players at the pre-release, they should actually control themselves, because Judge is not always above everyone to see every single game, right? To judge every single game, there are more players, right? There's whole store that has a pre-release, so definitely players do have to know the rules themselves, which we have to work on the first table. So let's go. We're gonna have 120 knockout, and this is close. This is honestly, I do believe if Urkaz is not going to find Rare Candy and Rillaboom. That is closing time for him, and he had a window. There was a small window, small chance of actually getting somewhere. That's 120 damage. That's a knockout, and oh boy, that was the wrong side where I was doing those. There we go. That is a closing time. Can he do it? Can he find anything? What he's going to promote as an active? He can promote a Ponyard. There goes a Ponyard being promoted. He draws. That's a Rare Candy. But is there a Rillaboom? Can he find a Rillaboom? He has to play that hop for the 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I see Marnie. There's no hop. There's a Ponyard. And maybe Bisharp is going to help. So Bisharp with energy, that's going to be a 60 damage. That is not going to be a knockout on Inteleon, because Inteleon 160 HP. If he's not going to do anything, and Inteleon actually knocks out a Bisharp like crazy. He has a Rillaboom ready to go, so whatever's going to happen, that is it. That is going to be a game. And he is giving up, and he is giving up. We will see a handshake in a second, but he is giving up. There's still, there's still some time, but he is giving up. I've heard that right now, that he is just giving up on that game, and well, that is going to be a knockout, and that's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote, and Adrian winning 2-1 actually in that round. So Adrian advances, and holy moly, what a game of mistakes that you can tell that was. What a game of mistakes that was. If you want to see more games, let me know, and we're going to have more games on the channel. So guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching this. That's a 2-1 to Adrian, and goodbye and good night. We've got Inteleon, and that is a GG. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, because literally there's just nothing else that's gonna happen as of right now. We've heard that even though they're playing, that was a GG. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you. Goodbye and good night.